No, we're not even going to do that. It's fine. Okay. So when you so you said right in the morning when you wake up, you post about it works. Is that a life post or just any kind of it works post?
You cut out halfway through.
Oh, what the
Start over.
I'm getting so mad right now. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So when you wake up in the morning, you said you do an it works post. Mm-hmm. Are you doing a life post every morning, or do you start with a product post, or do you just switch it up every day?
It's different every day. Sometimes I'll make a shake for breakfast and I'll post about the shake. Sometimes if I took a selfie the day before, I'll use the selfie and make a live post. Sometimes if I sign up a customer that morning, I'll post about my customer. It's really just different every single day. And I try to switch it up a lot so people don't get bored, I guess.
And then you said you mostly do your messaging when you're on your way to class. So how many messages do you think you're sending out a day?
It's different every day, just depending on what days are crazier than others. Because some days I have 3 classes and some days I have 1. So yesterday, I probably sent out 50 messages when I woke up and 50 messages when I went to bed. Because I kind of have a system where Facebook, I don't like to message as much on Facebook when it's not cold messaging, because I follow everybody that I message. But Facebook people tend to get butthurt really easy when you message them, and they're like, "Oh my God, why'd you message me? This is so stupid.
You're so annoying."
Yeah, I just okay, bye, delete.
Why are people so mean on Facebook?
I don't know. It's when you request them to be their friend, it's that they're expecting you to be their BFF, and you tell them your wedding plans, when I just requested them for my business. It's not. They take it super personal. So what I do is on the Messenger app, when you see where it says you are now connected with whoever, I'll go interact with all the people I added in September and all the people I added in August for a few days, and then I'll message them. So if they're like, "Oh my God, why'd you message me?" Notifications. I've been in your notifications. So I'm not crazy. I'm not just some random person. Right. So Instagram, I don't care, because nobody's reaching me on Instagram because it's not that personal. But that's how I messaged last night. Was I went and messaged everybody from August.
Boy, I love that. That's really good. So you just I'm OCD, so I always delete those things when they pop up.
No, I don't, because that's the only way I know who I added.
That's smart. All right.
Yep.
That's really good.
And then when people, same with Instagram, when I request somebody and they request me back, I write their Instagram name down, so then I know who to interact with, because they followed me back, so therefore they see my post.
That's good.
Basically, I just keep everybody that I know added me back or adds me, request to follow me on Instagram. I write them down, because Instagram, they're not in order like they used to be anymore. So there's no way for me to know who followed me back or who I followed.
Wait, yours isn't in order?
Mine aren't anymore. They used to be.
Mine are. That's so weird.
Because mine are not, and it sucks. Because that's how I used to work my business, and now I'm just I have to write everything down.
Really? Mine are still in order. Yeah. That's so weird. So weird. Okay. I hate this question. How do you motivate your team?
You don't.
That's why I don't like this question, because you really
can't motivate the unmotivated. And and that's really to accept. It took me a long time to accept that and to not get butthurt. But now, if I text somebody, they don't reply, they're off my chart. It seems so no mercy, but I'm not going to work with people and continue, because that's how you get in a funk. People always wonder, how did I get to this point? It's when you're motivating people all the time that can't be motivated. There are just some people, how they say this business is made for everybody. It's not true, because it's not. You have to find people that are willing to be self-disciplined, that are willing to take your training, that are willing to work with you. And if they're not, find somebody that is, because you're going to spend so much time putting your heart and soul into people that don't want it. And you don't want those kind of people in your business, because those are the people that you build a diamond and they're like, "I don't want to do this anymore." And you're like, you don't have that option. I just built you to diamond, and you can't do anything to make people stay. So if you don't have people on your team that, I wish I had my double chart in here. I was almost charted for triple with that $10 promotion. And now, my double chart is halfway full, because I'm not about to build people that just don't want it because I don't want those people on my team.
Well, I have 4 charts.
Yeah, and Carly right here, this is her double chart. She has 4 separate double charts as
I can't
to
see
which
anything. So
4 different ways that it could go. Because people are going to quit, people are not going to be muted, people are going to leave, and you just have to accept that, even though it sucks. You take it with a grain of salt and know that you're going to find people that do want that, and that you're not going to sit there and drag along people that don't want it.
it's
So basically,
it's making me upset that I can't see you.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what's
Why
happening.
is my computer? I can't see anybody. So
I hope when it records that it shows people. I'm sure it will. It's probably just a glitch.
I think it's just recording what I see on my screen. Well, it's okay. How do you retain distributors and keep them working?
Once again, you don't. People are only going to work if they want to work. There's only so much you can put into people before you realize that they suck and that they need to cancel their e-suite. Like, I'm sorry. This business, it will show you how stupid people are. And I say that with the most sincerity in my heart. I do. But there's people that I built to diamond, like, that still quit. Like, if you can have that mentality where you're built to a promotion for $2,000 a month and you're going to leave. Like, I don't want you on my team because how do I know that I'm not going to build you to triple and you're going to be my main promoting leg and you leave? That's just what I'm saying. So, you just have to make sure that you're doing your job. And as long as you're doing your job, that's all that matters. If you're texting them, giving them the tools that they need to be successful, sending them Zooms, telling them, like, motivating them, stuff like that. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, that's all that matters.
Literally, like, I like got in trouble for asking this in the Diamonds chat, but whatever, I don't care. How many people, like, that were on your diamond chart are on your double chart?
As far as leaders, like, when I went diamond, I honestly don't even know. No one was on my level, that's for sure. Nobody wanted as much as I did. But I had people that were working, like maybe signing on a few customers here and there. But like that month, I signed 30 customers when I went diamond because I was so determined.
Yeah. But I mean, just like the people that you're working with now that are on like your, like, I know like there's nobody on my double chart that was on my diamond chart.
As far as working right now, like genuinely working for this promotion, there's 2.
Yeah.
And I'd like, don't listen to that and be like, well, crap, like this is never going to work. Like, I feel like it's just always evolving though. Your chart's always evolving. I only have 2 people working with me. Like, it really doesn't mean anything because it all goes off how much you want it. Because when you're in a funk, your team is in a funk. And whether you tell them that or not, they're going to figure it out because we've talked about it so many times. Like, when you're in a funk, your team knows it and you give off that vibe and they're going to be in it too. So if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't want to message, I don't want to do this, and your team's not going to, and you're not going to have anybody working with you. So you just have to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and that you're telling them, and you may not have anybody working with you, but that doesn't keep you from your goals. Like, you're going to be just as successful because you're working for it.
Yep. I feel like your chart is always evolving. Like, if you talk to people that are like ambassador, like the people they went diamond with they did not go ambassador with.
No, when
like,
I first
always changing.
Like, I would have gone diamond so much quicker than I did originally because I had a rock star on my team and we were working together so well, and all of a sudden she was just like, this doesn't fit into my life. And I'm like, girl, you're about to make $2,000 a month. Like, make everything else fit this into your life. Like, I couldn't understand it. But my chart, I completely had to rebuild to diamond a whole different direction. So
that's literally the worst thing I've ever heard.
It sucks.
People are just such rock stars and they just are like, nah, I don't think I feel like it anymore.
And I think those things, like, God does that to you to teach you lessons, because I was pushing so hard and I was ruthless. I was like, you're going to work and you're going to do it now because I need to go diamond. And I don't have that mentality anymore. Like, I have changed, like, I say this and it sounds so cheesy, but It Works has changed my character in so many ways.
I can't picture you being like mean and bossy.
Oh yeah, this girl was like, because I wanted it for them too, but it's like they didn't see the same vision I did, so I felt that way was my way of showing them that they wanted it.
By like really yelling at them, like, you're gonna do this.
I'm like, freaking post right now. Like, and they wouldn't, and it pushed them away.
I feel like everybody goes through like an angry leader stage on their way to Diamond.
Yeah. But then I realized that I have to have patience and I have to have guidance and I have to have leadership that is far beyond like what I think is good enough. And being able to talk to my team, I completely rebuilt a diamond chart, so it's not the end of the world. I completely rebuilt my double chart with different people, and it's fine. It takes longer, but just people make in this business in 4 years what some people make in 40 years. So no matter how long it takes you to get there, it's going to be way quicker than the average American gets to $1 million, and I promise you that. And if you look at it in a longer spectrum, rebuilding your double chart and rebuilding your triple chart, it may take 6 more months to promote to double, but you're going to have a stronger chart, a bigger paycheck, and you're going to get to those bigger promotions faster because you have a strong chart. Because if you had a really weak chart and nobody works with you, it's going to take you 5 years to get to ambassador. But say it took you 2 years to get a strong double chart, then all those other promotions are going to come and fall into place like dominoes because you have people working with you, and it's going to take you 5 years to get to ambassador. So don't look at it like, holy crap, nothing is working. Nobody on my team is working, because you're going to find those rock stars that are just going to take off with you and have the same vision. So don't get discouraged when people don't work and you can't motivate your team and you can't get people to stay on, because those are just people that God puts into your business to teach you lessons. And that's the way that I look at it. Because I'm not an angry leader anymore. I mean, I get angry with people, but I'm not like, you need to post, you need to do this, I'm going to kick you off my team. I just don't talk to them anymore, because I'm just like, I don't need this. I'm going to find my next rock star, and that's that.
Hey, I'm doing a training right now with my team. Can I?
Oh, Asia. So the next question is, how do I train my new distributors? So what I do is, I felt like when I first started.
I'm so sorry. My mom kept calling.
No, you're good. How everybody like throws people into the team page and tags them in all these videos and tags them in all these posts and sends them. Don't do that, because I mean, think about it. If you just started and somebody vomits on you, like, you can be like, no, that's the same thing. So don't go tagging your new distributors in 100 Zooms and 100 posts and 100 of this. Just take it like day by day, because think about it with you. Like, you learned so many things as you're going through. You're like, oh, that makes sense now. When if I would have thrown that all on you at the beginning, it would have never made sense, because you're not even comprehending it. You're just taking it in. So just what I do is I have a Zoom that I made a long time ago that explains eSuite, that explains how to get your first 4 customers, that I did it for Jade a long time ago, but I just send that to them. So it just like, I'm talking to them. It's me, like I'm sitting right in front of them, and it just breaks down everything. So I can send that to y'all if I can find it, but I just send it. Oh, it's actually in my notes. Yeah. So I can send it to Asia and she can share it with y'all. So y'all can make your own if you wanted to. And I just send that to them. And then if they have any questions after that, I tell them to take notes and ask me questions. And so just make it clear that you're open with them and that you're willing to help them no matter what. So when they ask you questions, don't get frustrated, because it's so easy to be like, dude, that's such a stupid question. Like, why'd you ask that? Because you probably ask stupid questions, I promise. Because sometimes I'm just like, I just messaged Ashley Mirth earlier, and I was like, how do I get a fast start bonus? Like, I'm diamond. Why don't I know that? But I've just always been like, those posts where they're like, I was so surprised. I opened my email and I got $100 bonus. Like, they're kidding, but I'm serious when I'm surprised, because I really didn't know, because I don't know how to get one. So it's okay. Like, I thought you had to have 4 customers and you had to be 150 volume bonus qualified.
2 customers.
That's a big difference.
2 customers, 1 and 150, or they have to have their ADBV auto ship set up.
So like when I was that $10 promotion, I was putting 4 customers under those distributors.
Because it was the double fast start bonuses they needed to get the 200.
Well, still, if it wouldn't have, I would have screwed myself, because I put 4 customers under each person. And I've always done that. Always. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm not getting that. And I put 4 customers under them when I could have gotten multiple. Whatever. It happened. It's gone.
I'll tell you how I track my fast starts in cabs when we're not on here. I'll like message you and show you how I do it. Oh, good. You're doing it? Well, I don't know what that is. I literally have a cabs tracker.
Yeah, Carly told me about that about 5 minutes ago, and I had my bitter moment about that too.
But so literally, I just put I put 150 next to the people's name, and then as they get customers, I subtract it because they have to hit the 150 in that month for you to get paid out the cab for that month. So it's not the same as with fast start bonuses. Yeah, like fast starts, they can have their auto ship set up and you get it paid out. But it doesn't work that way.
Can I give a brief synopsis here? I texted 9 girls on my team that are in college to get on this, and none of them got on here. So all of you, pat yourself on the back because you showed up.
Some of your girls are on here.
No.
Yeah, one of them.
I don't know any of these girls that are on here.
I don't know. Yes, you do. Koala Ketchum?
No.
Kayla?
Nope.
Oh, you're on Courtney's team? Gotcha.
I told Courtney about this, so there you go.
Well, none of your team is on here.
Yeah, no one on my team is on this, and I'm in college, so my entire team is in college, and none of them showed up. So
they're probably all drinking.
Probably. Like,
I literally told my girls, I'm like,
college partly, like, I hate that my target market is college because 9 times out of 10 it's a lazy party girl that just wants money because she wants money to drink. Like, that's just, it sucks. But I'm proof that this is okay. Like, you're gonna find a rock star. Just keep going.
For sure.
So yeah, training new distributors. I just like tag them in things as they come. I don't overwhelm them and flood them with things because you're trying to keep your distributors, not overwhelm them and push them away as soon as they get started.
I literally give them a message to send out. I say, here's your first post. And then I'm like, let me know once you've posted. And once they post it, I'm like, okay, here's a message we're going to start sending out to all your friends and family in your phone.
Act like they're in kindergarten.
When they respond, send me screenshots.
Yeah, act like they don't understand like the English language and break it down like really dumbfounded for them because they'll be really smart.
Oh my God, I'm so like, okay. How do you get your team to understand the importance of an auto ship? So I don't know if you're one of those people that is like, you have to run your auto ship. I like tell people that they have to. And when I do giveaways and stuff, you don't qualify for any of my giveaways if you don't run your auto ship.
I kind of have it set to where it's like a live and learn situation. Like they're like, I didn't get commission. I'm like, you didn't set up your auto shipment.
Tell them about it though.
Yeah, no, they know about it, and they just always say they don't have money. And I'm like, okay, when you don't get a paycheck, then you're really not going to have any money.
Do you tell people about it beforehand, or do you wait?
No, I tell them when they sign up. Like, you can either get 150 in volume, or you can try and sign up a distributor as soon as you can, move all your customers under them, and make an auto shipment so you can make money as soon as you can. Like, I give them, like, a make money quick plan. I'm like, this is how you do it. You're either going to sign up a distributor like your best friend right now, and any customers you get, you're going to sign them under them, and then you're going to set up your auto shipment so you can get a really awesome paycheck on your first month. Or if you don't have money, you're not going to set up an auto shipment. You just have to work your butt off to get as many customers as it takes to get 250 in volume. So they know about it, but it always seems like people are just like, I don't have money. I don't want to do that. And I'm like, okay, then you're not going to get paid, and you're really not going to have any money. Like, it doesn't make
sense. I was shit when I started this business, and I've run my auto ship every month, and now I run one for Jamie too because I run his business. Mm-hmm. So I run 2 auto ships every month, and I have for Jamie's been signed up for almost 2 years now. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you just make it work. To me, like, I don't, like, one of my girls was like, oh, do you have, because I signed up, like, a couple customers, and, like, we, like, always talk in the team chat, like, when we sign someone up, we're like, you know, DTLC, you know, like, get each other hyped up. And one of the girls was like, do you have 2 points now? And I was like, no, I don't keep any of my customers. Like, I move them because it makes me more money.
I got so excited because I thought that those points went to us, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I don't like that they give the points to the distributor that you move it under because they didn't work for it, but it's whatever. I can be better.
That's how it always is with loyal customers, though, for any of the promotions. Like last year, see, you weren't signed up when they did the Christmas cash last year.
I haven't gone through this whole planting season before, and I don't like it.
Oh, so you get last year they did a thing where if you get 4 customers, you get $100 Christmas bonus, like Christmas cash they were calling it. So I enrolled 4 customers, and I moved them under Jamie, and then I didn't run his auto ship that month, so he was commission qualified with the 4 customers, and we got the $100 bonus. So I like did it that way. But yeah, anytime you move customers for any kind of promotions, you don't get the points. But you know what? If you sign up a distributor, that's 2 points. And if you move 4 customers under them, that's another 5 points. That's 7 points. You need 3 more points and you have $200 plus your fast start bonus. So it's like, you always make more money by moving them. You just think about like, you know, the big picture.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for doing Facebook Lives? I always feel so awkward. Cheyenne's a queen of Facebook Live.
So I'm not a shy person whatsoever. Like, I'm an open book. So lives have never been a problem for me. The first live I ever did, I signed up 5 distributors and 4 customers, and I was like,
what?
Okay. Yeah, I did.
What did you go live about?
I just went live talking about, because it was like, I'd been posting about It Works, but I hadn't, like, I joined the 22nd of December, and then, like, my family came, we had Christmas, whatever, and I was off of school, and it was the day before I went back to school, so it was probably 2 weeks into my business.
Did you say 5 distributors and 4 customers?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Just for me talking about It Works, because no one in my town, no one in surrounding towns had ever heard of It Works. It Works was not a thing. I brought it there. And now it is flooded because everyone in Marble Falls joined my team. And so I went live, talked about the business, and I did a live in Legendary Diamonds or Go Diamond and Go Ruby page about this, because Jade asked me to. That was my purpose of the day, was go Facebook Live about lives. And I gave 5 tips. Number 1, be yourself. So if you're nervous, if you're like super scared and you're like really introverted and socially awkward, or you're scared because you're just really shy, just do it. Act like you're FaceTiming your brother or your mom or your sister or whatever, whoever you're closest to, and just talk, because lives change your business, because it's like you're on a personal FaceTime call with the people that are watching it, because they only see you and they only see you. So it's like you're talking to them. So I always use like first person. I'm just like, you can do this. You don't have to be scared. You can take the leap. And it's like being super personal allows them just to be like, oh wow, she's talking to me. Like that was directed at me. I can feel it, just because you're talking in first person. And just being yourself. So I know you're going to be scared and you're going to be super like, what the heck? But it's not bad. Like nobody's watching that. Like, oh my gosh, look at this crazy girl on a Facebook Live. It's so normal now. So many people do them, and you're getting on talking about something that's going to change their life. And even if you change one person's life, even if one person watches that live and signs up, you're giving them money. Like you're putting food on the table of their family. Like just look at it in the bigger picture and you'll get through it. Second tip is, if it scares you to be on Facebook Live, swipe left so you can't see who gets on it. Because even now, like it makes me nervous when people like judgmental girls from my high school get on there, because I'm like, I know they're talking shit about me right now. So I just scroll to the left so I don't see them get on there.
They're probably scooping ice cream from the okay, so
yeah, because then I'm not nervous about it, and I don't care who's on it because I don't know who's on it. And you can't go back and look later who's on it either. So if that helps you, and you can go back and answer the questions later.
She just melts my heart.
Me too. I think I've made like half my camera roll is Berkeley. But so that, and then go on with a purpose. Like don't just go on there and just talk about everything under the sun about your business. Go on with like, sometimes I just have like an epiphany and I'm just like, I need to talk about this. Or like when I, like the second day of college, I dropped $900 on textbooks. I was like, vomit, but It Works paid for that. And I wanted to talk about that and show people that I didn't think twice about paying for my textbooks because I just swiped my card because of It Works. So go on with a purpose. And then another tip is make bullet points. So like this, I wrote down all my questions and like answers and stuff. If you're going live about the business, write about it. Like it's Christian based. We have 50 natural implant based products. Mark was a football coach before, or basketball coach before he started the business. Like just stuff like that. Make points about what you're going to talk about, because you're going to get so nervous. You're going to be like, I forgot what I was going to say. And then you're going to look really awkward because you're on Facebook Live and that stuff's out there for the world to see. So don't let that stress you out. But just make bullet points so that when you do go live, you just keep going through it. So that keeps people like really engaged and they're not going to get off the live. And just be yourself, because then it's going to make people want to watch you. If you're super nervous and you're like clicking your hands or playing with your hands or like messing with your hair, I used to do that a lot and I still kind of do because I always do. But a lot of people do that out of nervousness and people want to get off your live because it annoys them. So just try to just be yourself, be calm, read your bullet points and just talk. So those are really just the brief synopsis of it. And if you haven't done it yet, do it. That's my last tip. Do it.
Just do it, Sarah.
I go probably like 2 to 3 times a week, honestly.
If you guys don't do lives, you're going to get kicked out of the page.
Yeah, I'll cancel your e-suite. Y'all can go follow me on Facebook and go watch my lives if you ever need ideas, because there's 100. I hit my 100
so many lives.
But they help so much.
Wait, like, I'm trying to talk shit. Asia's trying to talk shit and be slick about it, but I caught on. Who was I talking shit about? I'm so confused. Sorry, one of my girls is trying to sign up a distributor, but they have a different billing and shipping address, and they're a current customer. I'm like trying to answer questions.
Different email, sign up through eSuite. It's so complicated. Anyway, so the next question is life posts, and its importance is having life posts.
I have ADD. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll help you. So life posts are so important. It always makes me mad because I don't have a pity story. I don't have like a sob story or anything like spectacular that's happened in my life of like it works. Like, yeah, I was broke before I started this, and yeah, my parents lived paycheck to paycheck, and like I wasn't ever able to like buy things that I wanted, and now I do. And some people literally were like on food stamps, about to go in foreclosure, and It Works got them out of that. If you have a situation like that and It Works has helped you with something like that, talk about it, guys. Like, be vulnerable, because that is going to make your business completely change. People want to know that you're being personal and that this really has changed your life, because all I can say is that it's helped me pay for college. I mean, what it's done for me is amazing, but people seeing vulnerability is what makes them want to join, because most people that are broke think that they're the only one that's struggling. They're like, I'm the only one that is literally having to buy ramen noodles to feed the kids, and like, you know what I'm saying? So like, if you've gone through something in your life that you don't want to talk about because you don't want people to judge you, do it, because there's so many people that can relate to struggle. Everybody struggles. Everybody goes through things in life because life is hard. And being able to talk about that and having people relate to you are the people that are going to join your team because they genuinely need it. Don't go on there and be like, It Works buys this Louis Vuitton purse for me, because those people can't buy Louis and they don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? So like, it is good to do those things. Like, it's good to show what It Works buys, because it's proving to people that you are making money, but don't just show the good side. Like, show the bad. Show the fact where you couldn't pay your rent last month, or you couldn't afford to put gas in your car. Talk about the vulnerable parts.
I was really embarrassed to talk about the fact that I was on food stamps and on state insurance and like all of that stuff. Like, I didn't talk about that for a long time because I was embarrassed. One of your girls put that on.
Hey, Lauren. See, that's my girl. That's one of the 2 girls that I said was working with me. It's her, and she's on here. I was kind of a snack about her because she wasn't on here, but now she's on here.
I'm like, someone's on.
And so, what was I saying?
About being vulnerable.
Like Carly, I think it took her 8 months to tell people that she was on WIC, and she was literally about to lose her car. Or actually, she did lose a couple cars. And when she talked about that and opened up about it, she signed up so many distributors that had gone through that too. Like, some like rude people will be like, oh my gosh, that didn't happen. Or of course you're going to throw out your sob story. No, like, people want to see that. People want to see that you struggle too, and that they're not alone, and that there are everyday normal people in this business. Because you can't tell me that before you started this, if you've watched Asia forever or whoever you watched, that you were like, oh, that girl's just lucky. Like, only good things happen to certain people. Like, she didn't go through what I went through, but you don't know that, especially because if people open up and talk about it. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. So if there's something that you've gone through that you want to talk about, that you couldn't afford your groceries or couldn't afford your gas or couldn't afford to put food on the table for your kids, there are so many people that relate to that. And it's literally going to change your business when you talk about life posts and like relatable things with people.
So like, one thing I noticed about you, like, I didn't know that you had a boyfriend until like just now. You never talked about him. Is he a new boyfriend?
No, 3 years.
Okay, so you never talked about him. So you can, okay, so I'm just gonna like I'm totally just going to go here. One of my girls just went through a breakup and she's like, I find like I'm having a hard time on what to post about because I used to post about stuff that we were doing and now we're not. So she's like, I feel like I'm always just like posting pictures of like me or the dogs. But like, I didn't even know that you had a boyfriend for the last 3 years because you don't post about him in your It Works posts.
I just never did because like, I don't even know. Like when I posted that, I was like, I never post about him.
You never did. I'm like, wait, she has a boyfriend? She's like, shout out to my boyfriend. I'm like, who is this guy?
Is I followed him to college, and 5 days after we got there, we broke up. And I literally was like, what do I do? Like, how am I going to make my post happy when I'm literally the saddest person in the world? And so, like, I talked about that. Like, I didn't want people to know that we broke up because I was kind of embarrassed about it. But I talked about going.
Broken up or not broken up?
No, we got back together. He was just being stupid. So,
well, you know, he's a guy.
But
you guys are young.
Yeah. And so I talked about going through life changes. Like I had just moved to college. My boyfriend of 3 years just broke up with me. Like I was not happy. I was so stressed out about It Works, being able to balance school and this and like not being able to put my whole heart into my team. So many life changes. And I talked about that. I was vulnerable. I was just like, look, like I'm not in a good place in my life. I'm going through so many life changes that I don't even know how to handle myself. And so many people reached out to me and helped me and I was able to talk to them about it. And then out of a bad situation, they were like, I would love to join your team. Like you're such a personable person, because I opened up and I talked about the fact that I was going through so many life changes, you know? So.
Yeah. So I feel like, and like too, so like you're able to make posts even though like you don't have like a crazy story about like.
No, like I literally don't have a
struggle and stuff. And so I think it's just like trying to figure out like
I grew up not with money. Like my dad worked out of town to work and make good enough money. My mom was a single mom of 4 kids. Like money was not a thing growing up. And so I don't talk about that as much as I should. And I do think that I could. It's just, I'm so young that people like, I haven't gone through life struggles that people have gone through. Like I haven't lost my car or not been able to afford to pay for groceries for my kids or stuff like that. Like I don't have relatable things. The only thing I can talk about is being able to pay for college, which only talks to college kids. And I don't want only college kids on my team. So that's something I do need to work on, is being able to try and relate to different target markets of moms and older people. But I think that's just something that comes with time. And right now we are the people that are most able to talk to college students and help them through this transition time in their life. Because I mean, Asia can talk about college students, but they're not going to relate to her as much because she's a married mom that's not in college anymore. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so well, people relate
totally
to
find rock stars that are in college. I mean, look at Courtney Lavey and Courtney Bohr. Both were in college when they joined this business. I mean,
I think you should just be present in the time that you're in and just try and talk to the people that you can relate to most, because life changes so quickly and so fast all the time that you have to be present in the moment that you're in and be able to take in what you're in. So like right now, you're able to talk to students and college students and people that relate to being in school. But in 4 years, I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm not going to be in school anymore. I'll be a graduate with a nursing degree, hopefully. And if I don't use it, I don't use it. And if I want to do
a marketing degree.
Dude, I don't even know. Like I found this business at the wrong time in my life, but yet the right time. Like I want to do It Works.
Not the wrong time.
Like I want to do It Works full time. I would love to do this for the rest of my life because I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I wish that was a degree because I want to have 14 children.
Well, you're going to be a stay-at-home. Okay, 14 is excessive. Think about what it's going to do to your body.
But I also really, really, really.
Does your boyfriend want 14 children?
No. But I'm so passionate about babies and I want to be a nurse. So when I got to school, I was like I was talking to Carly all the time about it. I was like, do I major in marketing? Because I'm terrified that when I apply to pre-nursing school, I'm not going to be able to balance this and that. And I still think about it every single day. And I'm just like, you know what? This business works with me. It's going to have my back. I know that. But if I'm pushing for double time, I don't want to be a double diamond leader that can't put my whole heart into my team because I'm over here struggling in anatomy. But I can't think about things like that because that's not happening right now. And I know that I can only just work in the present and know that I have leaders that will be able to handle their team and it's not all me doing it. And I'm very controlling that that realm. Like I try to be the leader of everything. And I think that's important to know, is that you have a whole team that's going to help you through school and being busy all the time.
It is. It's not just you. It takes a village. Like when you get into the point where you're going diamond or double diamond or triple diamond, it takes a village. It's not just you. That's a hard thing to swallow, because I had a really tough time choking that fell down.
It's so stressful. I still think about it every day. I'm just like, look, like you're so passionate about nursing and babies and everything, but I genuinely will never leave It Works, and I want to do it for the rest of my life because I love it so much, and I don't want to build myself to double diamond and be like, well, heck, I'd rather be a nurse. Like I can't do that. Like this is like, yeah, I totally know
have it all.
Yeah,
you can have it all, girl. You're young.
Yeah, so just know
so
that.
Young. I mean, I was
single
and doing hair full time and living at home with my mom when I started this company. And 2 months later, I was a stepmom to 3 kids because I met my boyfriend. I met Jamie, and we literally moved in together 3 weeks later. And all of a sudden, I had a house and 3 kids. Like, you never know what's going to happen, and it's all part of the bigger
talk about it. Make your life post. That's what all this was about, is to talk about it.
Just talk about it.
Out there that is going to relate to you and be like, heck, this girl's not some special lucky person that's Ambassador Diamond. She's a normal human being.
Yes. Wait, were we just talking about how you get people to understand the importance of life posts?
Yeah, I tied it all into that.
Oh, good. Excellent. My ADD is so bad.
No, mine's really bad too, but we'll work together and keep each other on track.
All right. How do you build relationships with your new distributors, specifically ones that you don't know personally?
Okay. So, for example, Lauren's on here, and she's in college, and when we met, it was just like we were friends automatically. And so, like, we talk every single day, but there are going to be those people on your team that join that you don't know who they are, and you're not going to connect with them. The only thing that you can do really is, like I said earlier, do everything you're supposed to be doing. Give them the tools that they need to be successful. Be a friend to them. Like, tell them every day, like, you're a rock star. You're going to do this. Like, do you need help? What can I do to be a better leader to you? And that's just how you're going to build that relationship, is them knowing that you're there for them 24/7. It may not be a close relationship like BFS, but you're still going to be there for them and work with them every single day when they need you. And that is the relationship that you want to have with your business partners, is them knowing they can lean on you no matter what. Like, how do I reply to this customer? What do I say to this? How do I post? They know that they can come to you and you're going to help them right away. So, like, don't seek that BFF relationship if it's not going to be there, you know?
Like, don't force it.
Just be a leader. Yeah, that's all you can do. And if it happens to where they're a lifelong friend, then they're a lifelong friend. Getting out of a rut.
A lot of people are going through a rut right now on my team. I know that because I took a step back because I was getting married, and like 20 people quit and everybody slipped down. Like, it was like a matter of like 3 weeks and everything was like, what just happened?
It's a good thing that they quit, though, because they quit when you weren't there helping them 24/7, holding their hand, and you can't have that, you know? So,
yeah, for sure. I mean,
I went down to
like, literally volume was down like 5,000 from like last month to that month. And I
maintained Ruby last month. I'm a diamond, and I maintained Ruby last month. So, yeah.
I lost rank for like a year. I got it back in February, and I've been
the water, and this is my head. But we're making it happen, you know.
You got this.
In May, I pushed so hard, and I went diamond. In June, reality hit me like a freaking truck, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot push as hard as I just pushed right now. That much harder to go double, and then that much harder to go triple. And I was like overwhelming myself with the future and the fact that I had just pushed. Do you need help? Okay. I pushed so hard to go diamond, and I was like, how do you keep going after that? Like, how do you push? Like, I didn't talk to my friends. I wouldn't talk to the people that are in the room trying to talk to me because I was so consumed by my business that I didn't care about anybody else. And so in June, it came around, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, I have to push this hard but 10 times harder to go double. And so I got in the worst funk of my life. I don't think I messaged more than like 50 people the entire month. And it's embarrassing to say that, but I say that because I get it and I know what it's like to be in the worst rut ever. And I know that every single person, no matter if they lie to you and say they haven't, they've been through it. Every ambassador goes through ruts probably every other day, just like we do, because it doesn't matter where you are. It's hard. Sales is so hard. And it doesn't matter when people say that this business is easy. It's not easy. And it takes a special kind of person to continue to do it every single day. But you know that it's easy to a realm, because you know you don't have to, if you work this business hard enough, you don't have to go to work every day. And if you work this business hard enough, you can buy whatever the heck you want whenever you want it. You have the freedom to do whatever the heck you want whenever you want to do it. And thinking about those things is what's going to help you get out of that rut. I maintained Ruby last month because my team just is not working. Like the whole diamond part, the whole emerald part of my diamond chart is not working. Half of them have quit. Half of them don't do anything and say they're doing things. But I can't let that ruin the fact that I'm trying to go double. Like I keep my goals at the end of the path and I just keep working towards it, because people are going to quit. People are going to suck. People are not going to do what they're supposed to be doing. And that's okay, because if you keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, you will go to ambassador. The people that quit are the people that don't get to ambassador, obviously. But the people that are at ambassador are the ones that didn't give up.
I was literally just having this conversation with Ashley Mirth. So I was like, dude, like I need to go triple. I need to go triple. Like I feel like I need to go double. I feel like I've been sitting forever. And she's like, you're going to get there. The only way you're not going to get there is if you quit. And that's not an option. And I'm like, exactly. It's so true. So,
yeah.
Lauren. So how did you pick yourself up out of this rut?
She said, how do you get out of a rut? And she said, buy a new dog so you have 5 animals and no choice but to work.
Sarah, do you want some more dogs? We have 3 dogs and 3 kids. It's
okay, though. Like, so now you have motivation because you have to buy dog food. So,
dude, don't get me started on freaking dog food. We spend about $250 a month on dog food.
Yeah. But guys, like, don't sit there and tell yourself that you're the only one that's not signing up customers and you're the only one that's in a rut. You're the only person that's feeling discouraged, because I guarantee you every other person in Legendary Diamonds is in a rut. And the ones that half of them are going to quit and half of them are going to be the next ambassadors walking across the stage. And that's just the way you have to look at it. It's sales. They're so inconsistent. You're never going to sign up a customer every day. You're never going to sign up a distributor every day. You're never going to get those like one-hit text messages where you're just like, do you want to sign up? And they're like, yeah, here's my information.
That happens to me like once in a blue moon.
No, it happened to me yesterday. And I was like, what?
Can this happen every day?
Yeah, and then you get so pumped up. And then the next day someone's like, I'm going to sign up at 9, and they don't. And then you're right back in the mood that you were in the day before that. Like, you know, like you get what I'm saying.
All the time. You just have to take the emotions out of it.
That's what I was talking to my dad about, because my dad is in sales. He's been in sales my whole life. And growing up, like, yeah, like growing up, I heard him complain all the time. Like my dad actually goes to the customer's house and talks to them. And so he's like, come back on a Tuesday and I'll talk to my wife about it. And he'll go back on Tuesday and they'll be like, come back next Friday and I'll talk to my insurance company about it. And they drag him along. My dad's actually going to their house in Dallas. Like it takes 30 minutes to get anywhere because of traffic. He's putting his heart into it, and they're not like, they're just dragging him around and putting him through a circle. And I was like, how do you do this, Dad? Like, how do you deal with that? And my dad's like, I've been doing it for 12 years. Like it never gets better. So
thanks, Dad.
Like, I know, but it's just like, if you look at it that way, like, you know that it happens and you're not the only one. Every single person goes through that, and you just have to keep going, because just like yesterday, I had a girl message me and sign up on the spot. Like it's just from my consistency in my business that she saw my post about hair, skin, and nails and signed up, and I didn't have to put any effort into it other than doing my job. So just doing what you're supposed to be doing every single day, like you'll get in ruts, but you just have to have self-discipline enough to get out of them.
Preach it, sister. All right, we got one more question, and then we're going to wrap this up. We kept it almost under an hour. Do you replace people who aren't working, or do you keep people and just fill their boxes with volume so you can promote faster? I think
so.
The answer to this.
We did answer that, but when it came to my diamond chart, always, if you get anything out of this video, work with who is working with you. Do not put your heart and soul into people that are not working when there are people that are working that would do anything to be in that top promoting spot. Work with them. Get them to that point so you never have to work with the people that are not working. What I did when I went diamond was every distributor I got, I placed it under people that weren't working and then put customers under them, so it helped and added to the volume they already had. And then whoever, obviously, I didn't sign up distributors and I couldn't replace, you just have to. Like, you just have to build them to promote.
Wait,
but
just stacked?
Yes, I stacked.
Okay.
Because I stack, I mean, I don't stack if there's, like, say I had a Ruby, and the top 3 people, like 2 of them had like 50 in volume, or this one had 75 and this one had 0. Mm-hmm. I would just place it under that person to kind of let them go away. But if I had these 2 people that had volume, I would place under them to stack. If they have no volume, then you just place them under the person above them so it goes on their top line.
Right.
It's basically like they're not even there. But if they have volume, then you want to place under them to add to their volume so you don't lose that volume. So it's kind of just like situational. If you have to do what you have to do, but if you're getting those distributors and people have volume, you can stack under them. But if you're not, then you're obviously going to have to build people that aren't working, which sucks so bad because, like, especially when you have to build somebody at 400 bucks, nothing pisses me off more than that. I'm not kidding. God, every time I'm like, move under this person. And then I'm in a bad mood because I have to click move and put it under them and they're freaking not doing crap. Gosh,
that's
the worst part of this business to me is building a 400 bucks.
That's being angry, though. You can't be angry.
Well, I'll always be angry about that.
I mean, what are they getting out of that, literally?
Nothing.
A $30 paycheck?
My freaking customers that I could be moving under somebody that's working, and it grinds my gears to no other.
All right. Well, don't let it grind you because it's not that serious.
But, yeah, I mean, you just have to work with your upline too and just like figure out what the right situation is. But if you are building somebody and there's someone with no volume, place it under the person above them and hopefully that person will work and then that other person just kind of falls off. But if they have volume, then stack because then it's less volume you have to get later on.
100%. That's what I tell my girls to do. Like if you're going for a promotion, if like you have 2 400 boxes and they each have like 150 in volume under them, stack a distributor under them and get them.
Because that way is if they cancel, you can't get that volume anymore. But if you place a distributor under them and they cancel, it doesn't matter because that volume is in the group volume. Does that make sense?
Well, if they cancel, you still get paid on the volume. You just can't use them as a 400 box unless they have a DT under them.
Yeah. So I'm saying if it's like a distributor that you think is going to quit.
I just found that out.
Place a distributor.
2.5 years in the business, just found that out.
Because then if they cancel, you can still use their group volume.
Yep.
But if you have a distributor that has like 300 something in volume and they're going to quit, place a distributor under them because if they cancel, then it doesn't matter because you have that group volume. Which sometimes you don't know if people are going to cancel, but if you feel like super nervous about somebody because they're like literally not replying to you ever, place the distributor under them because then that volume can still be used.
Yeah. Preach it, sister.
And I just had some tips that I wrote down at the bottom of them. Number 1, I say this all the time because I kind of have to give myself pep talks a lot. Get over yourself. This business, you have to have so much self-discipline because there's nobody other than your leader. Like there's nobody sitting there saying like above your shoulder, like go send 50 messages, go follow. Like people, your leader can tell you that 500 times a day, but you have to do it. So you have to be able to get over yourself and suck it up because this business sucks. Like I told you, it sucks sometimes. It really does, just like life does. Like you go through so many problems in life, same direct reflection is what goes on in your business. Stuff happens. People quit. People tell you no. People block you. People like blast you on social media that you're a part of it works. I get it. It sucks so bad, but they all suck too. So you just have to get over yourself. Do it anyways, because if you want that paycheck, you're the only one that's going to get it, and you're the only one that's going to make it happen. So you can depend on your team as much as you want, but that's when your chart is you're going to start erasing names because you're depending on them to make your paycheck, and that's what happened the first time I went diamond, or the first time I tried to go diamond. Hint word, didn't work. So get over yourself.
Word.
Yeah, make it happen. Second tip, talk to your friends that are in college, talk to your friends that are in school, because if chances are they're going to school because they need a job that makes money. And what if you give them this opportunity and they get to quit school and get to do it works full time and make more money than they ever would have made with college? Like, I've signed up so many people since I've been in school just because I'm not scared to talk about it. I love It Works so much. And that's the problem with so many college girls that join my team is they care so much about the sorority Instagram and the perfect profile and all this stuff. I don't care about that because those pictures don't make me money.
I mean, Cassie, Westland, and Nayara and those girls, their Instagrams look pretty perfect.
Yeah, and they are in It Works. So talk to your college
friends. Yeah, they make like $20,000 to $50,000 a month.
Yeah. So, I mean, it makes me I love it when people talk to me and they're like, does it really work? And I'm like, yeah, no. Look at my bank account.
It doesn't. I just sit here and post for fun all day.
And then another thing, yeah, really, I don't get paid. I just do this. The last thing, if you give up, you're only proving all of those people that talk bad about this business right. And it grinds my gears more than anything in the world when people quit, not because they quit my team, not because I have to find somebody else to replace that $400. It's because so many people that talk bad about It Works, when they see people quit or see people stop posting or fall off the grid, it makes us look bad. And like, people don't think about that. They don't think about It Works as a whole or network marketing as a whole. They just think about themselves and they quit on themselves. They're not just quitting on themselves. They're quitting on their team. They're quitting on their business. They're quitting on the company, and they're quitting on direct sales as a whole. So if you quit, make sure it's a legit reason and not just because this business isn't working for you because you're not putting in the work. Like, if you're not going to message and you're not going to follow and you're not going to post, don't continue to post about it and drag it out if you're just not going to ever put in the work. You know, like, I can't. Like, like I told you, this business shows you how stupid people are, because people will join this business and try it for like 4 days and they're like, I don't want to do this. Why? Because they made a paycheck, or they get their first paycheck and it was $17. And I'm like, when I got my first paycheck, it was $17.32, and I cried because I was so happy that I made money and I showed people that I really could make money from this. So is that motivation to work harder? I mean,
oh, you're just so cute.
Thanks.
It really grinds my gears.
Oh yeah, I say that a lot. I actually kind of annoy myself. Anything that makes me mad, I'm like, that just grinds my gears.
It just really grinds my gears.
It just really gets under my skin.
That just, I swear, a lot.
I say it rubs me the wrong way a lot too.
I just say that pisses me the F off, but in more words.
Yeah. But yeah, you can do it, guys. I know that it sucks, but just know that when you're feeling discouraged and you're sad and that you think It Works doesn't work, I'm probably thinking the same thing. But I'm still here. I'm still going to be doing, I'm just going to be real with y'all because I definitely have those thoughts.
I'm probably thinking the same thing.
I mean, if you're discouraged, I'm probably discouraged too, but yet I'm still messaging, I'm still following, I'm still posting because I love this business. I love what it's done for me. Like, I met Carly through this business. I would have never met her if it wasn't for that. If I would have given up all the times I wanted to, I wouldn't be a diamond. I wouldn't be paying my tuition 100% with It Works. That's just what you have.
Cassie through this business, and I didn't even sign her up. Someone else signed her up, and then they quit.
See what I'm saying? Like,
join under another team.
Yeah, like, just think about it that way. Like, Cassie, that's your name. Yeah. So if you sign up somebody and they quit and they sign on somebody else, that could be your next rock star. So like, don't get discouraged when somebody quits because there's
Olive
diamond that comes out of
the signed up Cassie.
Yeah, like, she probably be your next diamond. You're probably discouraged when her enroller quit, but look what came out of it. So
I wasn't discouraged. I was like, Cassie!
No, that's me. Like, I used to cry about it. Like, you put your heart into
people quit.
And they quit, and you're just like, what did I do wrong? But that's them giving up on themselves. And everything in this business happens for a reason, because you're going to find your next presidential to your ambassador chart tomorrow. I can feel it.